We are live.
All right, perfect. Welcome back to Jiu-Jitsu class, guys. Today we're going to try and spend a little bit more time working on some of our floor drills, sort of working on some guard retention and some movements from there. So we'll get started with a quick warm-up and then get into a load of different exercises. Okay, so up onto your feet when you're ready, guys. We're going to start off with your star jumps first. So we're going to star jump, squats, and push-ups. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push-up position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lying back, guys. Let's go for our cross strokes. So close the legs, open the guard. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Good job. Triangle chokes exhale, so hands on the mat. Close the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Feet onto the floor for our bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hip escapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's finish off our exercises, guys, with some neck work. So we're going to look it up and down, keep the head off the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looking left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work, guys. Now, if we're going to a seated position, we'll start off with some stretches first. So we'll go legs out nice and wide to begin with, leaning forwards into position. We're going elbows towards the floor. Again, keep these toes engaged a little bit, so toes point out towards the ceiling and stretching from there. Nice. Bring tuck one foot in. We're leaning down towards the one side. So rotate the hips through, control onto the side of the foot. I always like to grip close towards my pinky toe if I can. And leaning down, trying to take your nose towards your knee. Again, point the toes towards the ceiling and work on our hamstrings on the right side. And switch across to the left. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together. So we're into our butterfly stretch from here. So bounce the knees up and down. And hold. Trying to press the knees towards the floor. Nice. Good. Open the knees to the ground. Now bring the foot behind us. So we're into omoplata-like stretch. We'll go hand next to the foot. Leaning forwards, bringing the chest towards the heel. And hands off the mat, feet swing side to side. Same motion again on the other side here. Just closing that distance between your chest and your ankle. And again, we're trying to bring your chest over the top of the heel. We're not going too far out towards the knee over here. Coming straight over the top, really engaging that hip flexor. Good. Roll this to the stomach. Once we're here, hands into the chest and extend up. Just get this lower back nice and warmed up. Move the hips from side to side. And again, when we're switching side to side from here, this is the same as your sprawl position. So we're dropping left hip down, right hip down, both hips here at the center. Good. Now if we push back towards the knees from here then, what we're going to start off with is working on some, essentially just some scoots while we're inside of the guard. So we're going to start off here in the butterfly guard position. I'm going to scoot forward one side, scoot forward the other. Once I scoot forward, we're now going to backwards roll, and then we're going to reset the position again. So as I backwards roll from here, we come up, and we come up into a combat base. So we have one knee up, one knee down, and then we're just going to drive onto a shot as well. So drive through, come into position, and then same situation. Sit back to guard, butterfly scoot, 1, 2, we're up at the top of the mat, backwards roll. When we backwards roll, land in your combat base, we have a knee already raised, rather than dropping down to both knees from here. Take that step forward on that lead leg. This is the same shot we were practicing last week. We're spending some time on our wrestling. So drive, pull the knee through, chest, knee, and ankle all in one line. Sit the hips. We're back into guard again, playing a good butterfly guard. Okay, guys? We're going to go 5 times total on these. So pull, 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 backwards roll, shoot, and then reset, go in the other direction. Okay, guys? Let's go. Scoot, scoot, backwards roll, straight into combat base, drive on the shot, and reset on the other side. 1, 2, backwards roll, knees already raised. Take that initial step, drive the knee through, and reset position. If you don't have mats on the floor, then post the hand on the ground to support your knees. See, we can go fingertips to the floor on that switch. 2 more reps here, guys. Scoot, scoot, roll, shoot. And 1 more time through. Nice, good work. Okay, time there, guys. Now, we're going to get ourselves, sort of the objective of today's class is get a little bit more comfortable playing some guard movements. So not necessarily going to be too sort of intense as they would be in sort of our wrestling guard passing drills. We're more developing sort of the technique and skill, being able to be comfortable on your shoulders to invert, to recover back to guard. So we're going to start off by just sort of warming up your spine and your neck, just taking our toes towards the floor. So we're just going to go with some toe touches on either side. So as I lie back, I'm making contact with the ball of my foot and the mat behind me, and then we're going to do some full rolls so that we start to get into position. Now, if at any point you start to hurt your neck or anything, then just relax, and then we'll find something different for you to do, and just keep me posted on what's going on. Okay, guys? So we're going 8 times on your toe touches. So we're going 4 on each side. So roll back, touch, and then come back again. Again, we're just rolling out the spine here, getting comfortable with your knees towards your chest. Good. 2 more. Nice. Now we'll do some full backward rolls. So we're going to roll all the way through towards your knees, and then back the way we came again. So then roll back forwards, up into our seated position, and over the other shoulder again. Okay, guys? So forward into butterfly, and backwards to the knees. So just following that position. Again, 8 reps here, 4 on each side. And we're just getting comfortable moving from one shoulder to the next, learning to move your head from side to side on these rolls. Nice. And time. Go ahead, I guess. Relax. Now, our next movement is going to start to work into some of our guard retention. And if we look at guard retention, our main principle is that we want to keep our feet in front of our opponent. Now, when we're passing guard, if we reverse engineer the situation, if you're on top, you have to move up your partner's body joint by joint. So we start off on the ends of your partner's limbs, so at the feet. We get above the ankle, and then we climb up to control the knee. Then if we've got above the knee line, we're typically at the half guard, and then we can start controlling the hips for us to advance into the guard pass. And you spend most of your time on the hips, and then we move up to the shoulders and ultimately the head right at the end. One of the biggest mistakes when we are passing guard is that people rush to get to the head position, and the legs can recover back in fairly easily. So now we're going to start to get your legs moving together. And again, when we're trying to play guard, you want to keep your partner on the ends of your feet and keep that control, not allowing them to surpass your knee line. So the first basic strategy is just circling the outside leg back in. So all we're going to do to begin with is we're going to be sat down on your back. We're just going to draw circles here while we're playing guard. And again, this is just getting that comfort of keeping your chin off the ground. We've got a little bit of core activation. My feet are circling in one direction. Come back the other way. So circle back in again. This motion of drawing circles with the feet is going to repeat itself all throughout today's class because we're going to need to be able to pummel back into shoulders, pummel onto hips, and move the feet. And we'll go feet to knee. So back out to the side this time. So foot comes to knee, legs coming out. Good. Nice. Now, the next movement here, guys, we're going to start on our side, okay? So you just drop this down a little bit so we get a bit more idea. So I'm on my side. And again, when we're moving here, I want to try and keep my elbows and knees connected together. These are my frame-like movements. So you should be able to see sort of a square through your hands and your knees once they're connected together. Now, the movement itself with my legs is, again, just a circle. So I step over the top, I recover my bottom leg, and I change sides completely to the other side. You see? I step over the top, recover the bottom leg, and switch the hip again from here. And again, this is one of those important positions for your guard recovery. We've got to make sure that if somebody pins the top leg, we can step on the hip and recover back the same way. If you have a wall or a sofa close to you, you can do the same drill next to that. So if I'm here on the wall, I have my shin against the person, I step over the top, push, and then I can switch my hips again back to the other side. And that makes things a little bit more realistic because you're pushing off something, but if not, just step on the ground, switch your hips from side to side. We'll go for 20 of these, so 10 on each side, okay guys? So lean towards one side, frame onto the floor, elbows connected. We circle over the top, step on the ground, switch, and change sides. Again, if you do have a sofa or a wall nearby, step on that and do your switches. And just change your hips. Good. Each side dropping down onto your shoulder, so we're back into guard again, and resetting the position. Draw the circle, step, and back. Nice. Good. Turn on each side here, guys. Keep switching the hips. Good. Keep the elbows and knees connected as we're moving. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is the same sort of motion. We're going to add in a hip escape first, okay? We're going to be hip escaping off of our bottom leg. So usually when we're hitting a hip escape, we typically step off the back leg, you see, or we step off of both feet, you see. When I need my top leg to recover back to guard, I need to create space from the bottom leg, you see. So I'm going to hip escape first from my bottom leg. So we'll start off in a butterfly guard again. You see, we're going to lean towards one side. Imagine my partner's coming round. And my hands are sort of blocking the shoulders from really closing the distance. My bottom foot, I'm going to engage my toes to the ground and I hip escape away. So straightening the leg out. Now I circle my foot back to the inside, step onto the floor, reset the hips, and come back up to the seated position again from there. Typically, if I'm already onto my back, usually would now make grips. Your feet would be in contact with your partner's hips. We go to ankle grips and enter into single leg X and things like that. But for today's drill, without a partner, we're just going to sit back up and go back to the other side. So if I'm traveling to my right, again, elbows connect to knees, hands are in place. I lean to my right side. Right toes engage with the floor now. Hip escape away, circle the leg, step on the mat, recover the bottom leg, and back up to a seated position to repeat the drill. Okay, guys? So we'll go 8 times on knees, 4 on each side, okay? In your own time, guys. Start off in your butterfly guard, elbow and knee connected, lean to the side, hip escape first, circle, step on the ground, and switch. Come back up to your butterfly and repeat the process. Shoulders to the mat, hip escape, create distance, circle the foot, and recover back to God. Nice. So same drill as before, we're just starting it from the butterfly position and adding in that initial hip escape, just in case we need more time to get the foot over. Nice, good work, guys. Okay, time there. We're going to use the same drill again. The last thing we're going to add in is a stiff arm at the end. So again, the stiff arm is the same mechanics as the technical stand-up. So if I was in the gi, I would have control over a sleeve and we'd be making more of a pocket grip. For a no-gi variation, it's more of just a grip on the back of the elbow. So we're creating this C-cup-like shape, pushing the elbow away from us, right? So we're starting off in the guard from here. Typically, we would lie back, you see, so I get into position, I hip escape, I try to recover back to guard, you see. When we get to here, now what we're going to do is we come up to the elbow, we stretch the arm out, coming up to the hand, and then recover the leg for me to sit back into combat base, and then reset the position. So the only thing, same drill as before, we're just adding in the process of coming from here, up, and extending the arm out, again staying nicely connected, recovering the bottom leg, and then resetting back into position again, okay? So before we add it in, actually, let's just try that on its own first. So we're into position, back hits the floor, knees come up, lean across towards the one side. As we're getting up onto the elbow, extend the arm out. And again, we have to keep that locked out. We're using sort of the bone structure to really lock this position out rather than using my strength. We recover the bottom leg, come into combat base, and then just open the knee so I can sit back into my butterfly guard. My back hits the ground, my knees are up. I lean to my right elbow, extend the left arm, recover to combat base, open the knee, and sit back to butterfly guard again. So right back, knees to chest, constantly creating this ball shape. Extend out, lock into position, recover, reface, sit the hip. Again, this is a super important position. Anytime your partner comes around your guard, we're just locking out that arm, extending away, and coming up to recover from that. Works brilliant in the gi, works very well as a stiff arm in no gi, and even works as an escape from the side control too. So you can always push on the tricep to get the arm off your head. Now, adding it into the full sequence now, we start off into our butterfly guard. We follow the person towards the side. I hip escape, creating enough space to step over, to recover my guard. They pass again around to the other side. So I come up with that stiff arm, recover back to guard, and then from here, obviously in a sparring instance, I've now got back in front of the person. I could choose to stand up if I wanted to go to try to get back to top position, or I just sit back to guard and we repeat the drill again. So I follow off to the other side. I hip escape, creating enough space. Once I'm there, step on the mat, switch sides. As soon as I'm stepping on the floor, lock out the arm, get your other hand engaged at the floor, and recover back to our combat base. Reset back to the butterfly. Okay, guys? So 4 times on each side, 8 times total, okay? Let's go. Good. Keep that structural system going. Make sure the arms are locked out, and also make sure the bottom arm is locked out too. See, we don't want to bend in your bottom arm. See, you've got to keep straight arm, and then recover. Good. 2 more times through, guys. Good. Nice work. Okay. So next thing we need to get into is start to look at some of our inversions. So this would be where we start to get a little bit more sort of uncomfortable. We've got to start to work with your knees towards your chest, okay? But this is more of a higher level guard retention strategist. Once the person gets past my legs, then we start to roll back into position. So essentially what we need to look at first of all is moving your feet with your hips, okay? So we're going to start off on our knees, you see? I'm just going to post my hand in between my legs, bring that shoulder to the floor, and let my legs walk around. You see? So we're knees on the floor, arm goes between the legs, and my hands posted. You see? Now my feet, I'm going to go looking towards the ceiling, and my feet walk around. You see? With my shoulders on the mat. I'm not trying to stay up on my neck. You see? I should be able to lift my chin to my chest in this position. Now I let my knees touch the floor again. And then I roll back into guard, okay? So it's arm through the legs, swing over the shoulders, knees back to the floor. And then when we apply this with our guard play, then it will start to make a little bit more sense. But this is, again, if we were in the turtle position, somebody is able to pass my guard, I turn away, now I need to recover back to guard again the same way. Arm goes between my legs, shoulder hits the ground, my feet will push off of the floor, and walk to come back to my knees. You see, in a typical guard retention strategy, we would just open the legs and be back to our guard. So it might land like this, where then I'm refacing the person. But for the sake of the drill, we're just going to try and get back to the knees. From there. Okay, guys? So let's go 10 times on knees, 5 on each shoulder, and 5 on the other. Good. And we're looking to try and get back towards your knees. So stay on your shoulders, try and keep your head off the ground. Lift the hips. Walk, knee to the floor. Good. So try and keep your butt completely off the floor. Good work there, guys. So think of it from transitioning from one shoulder to another. So the movement that we want to be able to get to is from here and then roll through sort of the same way. So we're going to come back to that position and we're going to try to incorporate it with our guard recovery that we were just looking at. So we're going to start off, lay into the butterfly guard again. If my partner's passing around towards my left side, then I'm typically going to turtle away. So I fall to my left shoulder, I'm going to turn to my right shoulder. So I follow, turn. When I get to turtle position, now again, I'm going to take my right arm through my legs, roll back, let my legs come back to the floor, and come back up to a seated position again. So if my partner's passing around to my right, I turn away to my left, roll back, come back to seated. So as I'm rolling back to guard, we really want to open up into more of a split position because again, the wider my legs are, the bigger the circumference is, and the better chance there is that I'm going to catch the person inside of my legs. So I open them up nice and wide and try and close the legs together. Imagine your partner would be there. Okay, so we lean across to the right. All I'm doing, imagine I'm in a concert. Whoa, arms go all the way over to the other side, and then we turn towards the turtle position. Okay, so everybody together, butterfly guard, elbows connected to the knees, turn to the one side. We're blocking this side, my partner passes my guard, I turn my hands all the way over, turn back to the other side, to my knees. See, so I should be forearm and knees on the ground. Now obviously I want to roll back to my partner, so I'm going to take my left arm through my legs this time. I roll back, open the legs up, come back into my seated position. Nice. And again, we're starting to work that control where we stay up onto the shoulders while we bring the legs back and draw that circle. So we go to the other side, we fall to the left. From here, my hands come back, I turn to my right. I roll back over the right, legs open up, and we're back to butterfly guard. Nice. Same again on the other side. So lean across, go all the way to the other side, and roll back. Nice. Good. Let's go 8 reps here, guys, 4 on each side again. Once you get to turtle, re-roll back over the same shoulder. Nice. Great work there, Jamie. That was perfect. Good. Same again, guys. So lean across, come into position, roll back the other way, and use your feet to recover. As we get a little bit more advanced with this, we want to try to come back as soon as possible. So when you turn to turtle, your shoulder should just be your shoulder that hits the ground, and then you're pushing off of your toes to recover. Just like Alex there. Perfect, Alex. Good job. Turn to turtle, re-roll pretty much straight away. The less hesitation we have in the turtle position, the less chance there is for the person to attack our back. So turn and roll straight away. So the purpose of the drill, when you're recovering, put your hands on the inside of your legs, just so you can open up wide, and then that gets you used to your legs trying to wrap around somebody's stomach. So as you roll back to guard, open your legs yourself, really get them wide as we're turning. Okay, guys? So lean to the side, come back to the other shoulder, roll, open, and back. Good. Nice. Good work, guys. Nice. Good recovery, guys. Good job. Okay. Time now. So now, when we turn into the turtle, we're going to be working from 2 diagonal points. It's either the near side shoulder or the far side hip. So now when I'm turning to the turtle position, instead of me rolling over my shoulder, I'm just going to sit back to my hip onto the other side. So we start with butterfly guard again. See, I lean, follow my partner, then passing my guard to my right side. I go all the way to my left into turtle position again. Now, instead of rolling over my shoulder, I sit back to my hip and I'm back into the same position here in the butterfly guard again. You see? So, movement itself, fall to the side, turn, turtle, sit, back to guard. So now there's no spinning, no rotation over your shoulders. Now we're looking at moving from the hips. You see? If I go on the other side, I'm in position, I follow to the left. I have to turn all the way away. When I turn, I sit my hip and I'm back to butterfly guard again. You see? Reset position and back again. Follow, twist, now sit to the hip, back to guard. Again, guys, 8 reps total, 4 reps on each side, and now sit the hip. So stay on your forearms there. That's it, good. Stay on the forearms as you turn, okay, Jamie? Sit, twist, and sit. Good. Try and make it a continuous motion. Good. Good. Keep your forearms on the ground, Jamie, and sit down to that hip. Okay, you want to be sitting down towards your left side. So we're in our butterfly. Lean across to the left. Good. Fall to the right side. That's it. Come up to your knees. Now go straight to the left hip. Other side. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Perfect. There you go. So sit down to that far hip. That's where your partner's weight will be on top of you, and then we can recover from that. Nice, Alex. Perfect. Good. Turn to turtle there. Nice work, Clementine. Good. Lovely. Perfect. You got it. Nice. Couple more reps here, guys. So keep switching your hips. This is, again, really good sort of flow drill. If your partner does get past your legs, we just turn and recover back to guard instantly. Good. One more rep there, guys. Nice work. Perfect. Okay. So now we need to start to get into some of our inversions. So we're going to try and look at it from our seated position now. So it's the same mechanics that we just worked on from the turtle, moving side to side. Now what I'm going to do is just take my arm behind my back. So when we're going through inversions, I can go arm underneath the knee or arm behind the back for me to turn. When I go arm behind the back, again, I'm looking up towards the ceiling. I'm trying to put my weight across my upper back and shoulders. I don't want to have my neck onto the floor. So if you need to take your feet off the ground and put your weight back down through your hips, then go for it. So we go arm behind, shoulders make contact with the floor, and I get upside down. Again, here, if it's difficult, just relax your hips down towards the floor, and then we follow the legs back to a seated position. So all the way through. So if I show you on this angle, arm goes behind the back, shoulders hit the floor, legs hit the ground again, and we're back into seated. Okay, guys? So we're going all the way through. We roll through, look up towards the ceiling. Nice. Follow all the way through there, Jamie. Perfect. Exactly. All the way through to a seated position. The faster you go on these movements, the easier it is for you to be able to maintain it. Oh, nice. Good. Let's go 10 times again. 5 on each side. Nice. Nice work, guys. Good. Lovely. Yeah, good job. Good. Okay, time there, guys. Now I'm going to start to develop a little bit more control. So I'm going to start off in a seated position. I'm going to take my feet towards the floor behind me again, the same toe touches, and then I'm going to invert out. So we're just doing the last 50% of that movement. Touch and sit. You see, when I get to here, my toes hit the ground, and I sit my hip again back into that seated position. So toe touch and follow to the floor. You see, so we go over and sit. So we should make a nice square movement here. And again, we're just looking at control. One foot really needs to hit the floor, and then we roll out of the position again. So roll over, touch the foot to the ground. Whichever foot hits, that's the side you're going to fall to. Nice, good. When we're switching from side to side, let's try and get back into a butterfly guard position again. So we want to land back into position from here, okay? Take the legs over the top, switch. Nice. Good. All right, time now, guys. We're going to do the reverse now. So we'll start seated. We're going to start the inversion, then let the feet drop towards the ground. So again, I go hand behind my back, hand under the leg. Spin upside down and let the feet come back towards the floor. Arm behind the back. Roll and come out of the position again. Just let your feet come forward. And again, if you look closely here, I'm really just making contact with one foot. So it's the ball of my toe on the same side shoulder that's pressing into the ground. So press, recover. Left foot makes contact. Good. Nice. Good work, guys. Lovely. Use that to come back to a butterfly position. Good. Practice both sides as well. So if you just roll over the one shoulder, turn around, and then go over the other shoulder again. So upside down, and then back up to seated. Nice work, guys. Good job. Okay, now let's repeat the full inversion again, guys. So from here, go all the way through, arm behind the back, and then back to seated again. So a full 360-degree inversion, no pause in this time, okay? 8 reps, 4 going one way, 4 going the other, okay? Let's go. Good, we should have developed, nice, good work. Should have a little bit more control now, a bit more core activation, feeling how we're moving from side to side. Good. Okay, nice work, guys. Now let's go back to our knees. So starting in the kneeling position from here, arm goes in between the legs, and then we're going to try going back to your knees again. So the shoulder hits the floor, walk, land back to the knees, reset the drum. Okay, Nice. Now again, keep your weight through your shoulders as we move side to side here. We don't want to let your lower body hit the ground. Good. When we get really good at this, we want to try to reduce the sitting up. We want to keep your shoulders on the floor constantly. Nice. We should be moving like a human Beyblade. Nice. Good work, guys. Okay, let's do the full sequence now. So starting from your butterfly guard, we're going to turn towards the side. So follow the person from here. We'll add in our first hip escape. So step on the ground, recover, step over, change sides. Once we change sides, we're now going to have to rotate all the way back the other way, turn to turtle. And as we do, rotate back into guard. So we're combining the first exercise and the last exercise. Step on the mat, hip escape, recircle. As we recover back to guard, the person passes around the other way. Then we turn to turtle, re-roll over the shoulder. So as I move to the right, step onto the mat, circle over, change sides. Person comes towards me. Now I turn to turtle completely the other way. And roll back to guard again. Okay, guys? So 8 reps here, 4 going to your left, 4 going to your right. Good. Keep it up, guys. Good. 2 more reps there, guys. Good. Roll back over the shoulders, recover back to guard. Lovely. Elbows back in, connected, so we're back to a good butterfly guard. Good. 1 more time. Follow off to the side. Good. Hip escape. Circle the leg. Switch. Turn to turtle. And roll back to the shoulders. Nice. Good work, guys. Okay. Take a water break, grab yourself a drink, and then we're going to finish off with some speed rounds so we can start getting a little bit more activity going. Okay, guys? So just grab yourself a water break real quick. Take 1 minute, and then we're back on the mats. Okay, so we're putting 30 seconds on for these exercises. We have 20 seconds in between, then we're going to get moving. The first drill is going to be the first one that we started with. So we're going to move on the spot, forward scoot, backwards roll, and shoot. Come back, same again. 1, 2, backwards roll, and shoot. Good. Drill number 2 is going to be some triangle chokes. Now with these triangles, we're going to go up nice and high. So we're really working on the technique rather than the speed. So we have hands on the floor. We're lifting our feet up and we're going into a shoulder stand. Close and back down. Okay, this one will be a nice little exercise for the core. Drill number 3 is going to be some sit-ups. So as we're coming into position, we're going to roll back, come back forward, tuck the foot, and drive into our hip opener. My knees are going in opposite directions. Roll back, drive. Moving in these positions from here. Okay, guys? And then drill number 5, it's going to be some sit-throughs. So we're going to get back up, lift the knees off the floor, sit the hip through, switch, and come back from side to side. Okay, guys? So number 1, scoot, scoot, shoot, and roll. Roll and shoot. Scoot, scoot, roll and shoot. Drill number 2, triangle chokes. Drill number 3, I've forgotten. Hip openers. Hip openers. And drill number 4. Oh my god. I've forgotten already, Alex?
You haven't shown us a 4th drill.
I only showed you 4. Okay.
You showed 3.
3?
Yeah. You did, the first one was the scoot and with the shoot. Second one was triangles. Third one was sit-throughs.
Third, hip openers as well.
Okay.
That was tough. Okay, guys. So starting off with your backward rolls and shoots. Okay, then we'll add in some extra ones after. Actually, we'll finish off with triangle chokes again, but fast triangle chokes to finish off. So the first triangle chokes is coming up high. The second drill of triangle chokes, you're just going to be switching the hips. So not going up, but going out to the side, out to the side. Okay, guys? So that should be 5 rounds. I'll try and remember them as we go through. Alexa, shuffle songs by stick figure. Let's get a bit of music going on. Perfect. Okay. 30 seconds on the clock, guys. Scoot, scoot, backwards roll, and shoot. Go! Good. 10 seconds left. Scoot, scoot. Backwards roll, shoot. One more. Okay. Let's get into position for your triangle chokes now, guys. So hands on the mat, feet are jumping up, closing up that position. All right. Let's get that core active. Ready? Go! Good. 10 seconds gone. Keep breathing with this exercise. 10 seconds left. Good. Okay, let's go with our sit-throughs next. So onto your knees, ready to switch side to side. Again, we're replacing opposite hand with opposite foot. So we're sitting through one side, sitting through the other. Ready? Go! Knees off the ground, switch. Keep the breathing going with these exercises again. Ten seconds left. Time. Okay, we're going hip openers now, guys. So we're knees to chest, sit up, and drive. Get the hips working from here. Come up over the toes, and switch. Ready? Go! Good. Halfway, guys. Keep it up, everybody. Good. Keep a good combat base. Time. Nice work, guys. Good work. Okay. Last one's going to be our hip switches, hip switch triangles. So we're moving side to side on these, okay? Hands engaged on the ground. Yo! 10 seconds gone. Keep breathing with these. Keep the legs nice and tight. 10 seconds left. Time. Nice work, guys. Okay, let's repeat these. We'll go through one more time for your round 2. Okay, guys, so back to your scoot, scoot, backwards roll, shoot. Ready? Go! Time. Good work, guys. Back to our triangle chokes. High triangles now. Keep breathing throughout. And again, breathe with the exercise. So as we're shooting up, breathe out, relax on the way down. Go. 10 seconds gone. Good. Last 5. Time. Okay, sit throughs the next, guys. Keep a good pace on this as well, something we can maintain for the full 30 seconds. Good work, everybody. Doing great. 3 more exercises, okay? Knees off the mat. Go. Ten seconds done. Keep a good pace. 10 seconds left.